Well, hello everybody. Hopefully, I removed the windscreen, so apparently that's going to help a lot better, make me less muffled or something. But you might actually hear some of the wind from the fans. I don't know. We'll play it by ear. So good morning, everybody, and thank you, Helen. By the way, Helen has been a very good friend since forever, and in Scotland. And unfortunately, Scotland, this is not a good hour for her. And but anyway, I'm sorry about that, Helen. Definitely catch up soon. Okay, so let's see who else we have before I get started. Good morning, Werner. And we have over 50 homeward bound. Last time we spoke, my question was misunderstood. Okay. During the 2 months I've traveled the Philippines, I will have travel insurance. When I get to the Philippines, however, what insurance do you recommend for a new expat? So your travel insurance will work, obviously, but if you are staying here past your travel insurance period, because if your travel insurance is, make sure it's like Blue Cross, Blue Shield, some big name, and you're going to be good. You don't need any extra insurance above that. But I would say only worry about health insurance if you're staying over and above the length of period of time that you're insured, and it's 1 year, so there's no 1 month, 2 month, that kind of thing for health insurance in this country. Your travel insurance is what you need. I believe anything over 6 months, then you're going to have to, your travel insurance doesn't cover. I could be wrong. And I always recommend everybody deal with Michael Onstad. At least get a quote from him, find out the price, because he seems to be the least problematic. There might be a guy that'll come out super cheap, but there's a whole bunch of stuff he's not telling you, and that's the problem, where Michael will just come straight out and tell you, no, that's not included, this is included, that's not included. I know recently a friend of mine who sent his health insurance and said, here, this is what I have now. Do I need more? Should I get better? Well, what's wrong with this plan that I'm on that I'm not getting? That kind of thing. And he's more than willing to look at it and go, yep, that's a good plan, or no, you should keep in mind you have to put out all the money and they can take 6 months to give you your money back, that kind of thing. So if you are interested, Michael Onstad, he is on Facebook. It's the easiest way to look him up. And he will be joining me because I'm going to his house. I've never met him yet in person, but I've talked to him tons of times online. And we've had him on, I think, a live stream once. And I also made a video. Also, I'm getting a bit of a cold, so I apologize. Apparently it's going around. Some people are really, really horribly off. One friend of mine, he is dealing with like fevers and really knocked him right off. And where I'm, I get a little bit of sniffles or whatever, and it's going to be gone. But I don't know. I was supposed to go out with a couple friends before I leave tomorrow. And I'm going to have to tell them, guys, I have like a sniffle. Do you even want me around? Because in a few hours, it might be worse. I don't know. I'll leave it up to them. It could be nothing, but I just, I'd rather not. But I also don't want them to go, Michael, you should have came out. I'll leave it to them. Anyway, before we get started, though, I should do a couple more here. Mark Vance, because you guys were here first. I hope you go to Pundaquit, San Antonio Zambalese. Looks like a great place. Looks like a great beach with some islands to explore. Always wanted to see what that place is really like. I will keep that in mind, Mark. I have a huge, let me bring it up. I have a huge trip. Right from the bottom, you're not going to see my mouse. Right at that bottom, Batangas. I know it goes more to the right, but I'm going from Batangas. And then I'm going, I don't think I'm going to Ilocos, something like that. But definitely I'm going to vegan. Vegan is stunning. And I'm going to leave myself basically no schedule. So it is what it is. The only schedule I have is certain friends that are letting me stay in their homes in different places have a date that they're like, I'm going out of town with my family, so you have to come before that date. It's the only schedule I actually have. So that's cool. We'll get to that in a minute, though. Joseph, good morning from New York. Hello, Joseph. Smurf Crusher, hello, brother. Artie Land, hello this morning, good morning, good evening for a lot of you, I get it. Yeah, the waves in the Union, yeah, there you go. Surf's up. I haven't surfed in so long. I'm trying to remember the name of the area, but it's the most south part of California, outside of San Diego, Oceanside. First and only time I went surfing, but because of my length, and I'm really tall, so my legs can be very spread apart, I guess I had better balance than most people because they were like, wow, you got up right away. Not saying I will again, but that was several years ago. But I was shocked that I was able to stand up no problem. But as it was explained to me, is I can put my legs very far apart, so therefore easy balance on these massive boards. Stephen, good morning, or good evening from Florida. Chris hears something. Hopefully you hear me. Oh, maybe you're talking about the fan. Yeah, let me know. Technology is a beautiful thing. We take it for granted. For now, it's just a century ago. It would have been unthinkable. Yep. Maxing around the globe. Hello, brother. Amalia. Oh, I swear you're all giving me these complicated names. Pangasinian. I'm really bad at pronouncing all kinds of things. Michael Onstead. Yep, he is amazing. Super. He's been really good. Even if he can't help you, he's really helpful in what he can't help you. Oh, there he is. Right there. There's Michael Onstead. There you go. If you're wondering how to spell his name, there you go. Okay, so I'll get down to the comments as we go or whatever, but I wanted to get onto this. Before I talk about this, another thing came up with me, and that was when I first got to the Philippines, the very first thing I noticed is that everything seemed cheap, right? Got all this money, you change it, and you get, oh, wow, I got 50 to 1, or well, I'm a Canadian, so I got 40 to 1. Around 40 to 1. So I'm getting 40 pesos for every dollar. So every 1,000 is $25 as a Canadian, 20 for an American. But I'm going to say everything in U.S. Because everybody understands their own, anybody who travels anyway, their own currency to the U.S. So that's why I try to stick to that. So $20. Let's just say $20. So 1,000 pesos, $20. And you're like, oh, look what I can get for it. You start to lose sight of that, and everything seems cheap, but it's not, right? So recently I was just buying something, and it was like yogurt, and it was just the little cups or whatever, and it was, oh, it's only 450 pesos. Okay. When if I did the math in my head, I'm like, well, that's 9 US. That's like 11 Canadian, $11. That was terrible deal, absolutely terrible. But when you're always thinking in pesos, you're just like, oh, yeah, that's so cheap. Oh, that's so cheap. It's not. And you got to keep in mind that cost of living and everything here, yeah, you could it's probably $9 these days in the United States. I don't know. But here that's just incredible. Like it shouldn't be, nothing should be. Yogurt cups should not be $9. So, keep that in mind when you come here. Always put it into your own numbers first to get a good idea, because there's a lot of places here that are just priced, I don't know, unfairly. Let's just say unfairly. It just doesn't make sense or anything, but you lose track and you lose sight of money. It just seems cheap. You know, you go to a place and you get some good service and you're like, oh, here's 1,000 pesos to you. I remember in the first 3 to 4 or 5 days, doing the maximum amount of transactions that are allowed on an ATM within a couple days, which was terrible, right? Like I'm going, and the sad part is the ATM I was going to was a maximum of 10,000 pesos for international cards. And the fee was 250 pesos per transaction. So for every $125, I had to pay in my own currency. So it was like $8, but it's like $5 or $6 US in transaction fees. And Canada doesn't have one plan where they cover international ATM fees, that kind of thing. So you just kind of, you're excited to be there and you're just like having fun. I was in Angeles City, obviously, so things went a little crazy, and I spent way too much money down at the bars. You know, it was just crazy. And I was like, I've been waiting so long to come to the Philippines. At that point, it'd been like over a year that I was just going ham. But damn, I shouldn't have done that. In hindsight, I can just imagine I could have had like an extra $1,000 or $2,000 if I just calmed it down a bit in the first couple weeks of all the things I would spend money on like crazy. But yeah, you got to keep everything in context when you first come. So that's just as people are jumping in, I was going to talk about that. But anyway, so my trip, it's actually going to be, you guys are going to get a little insight because you joined my life. because normally you'll have to wait for the video to come out. And plus, I have another video to come out from my trip, by the way. You'll see. There's a lot of twists and turns. But because of this stuffiness or whatever, I was like, I'm not editing last night. So I'll be editing it today. You'll see it tomorrow morning. And then what I'll have tomorrow morning, your evening, whatever. And then I'll be heading out tomorrow. But I'm actually going to be not flying. And the problem is there's no direct flights. I was either going to go to Batangas to Vegan, Vegan to Batangas. There are not even direct flights. It's like 10 hours of sitting in Manila, then jumping on another plane to go to, and you can't go to Vegan. You have to go to LAO. I can't remember Ilocos. You have to go all the way up there, and then I'm another 3-hour bus ride back down. And I have strict budgeting and stuff that I've set myself up for. So adding a whole other destination meant more days, more nights, that kind of thing. It just wasn't financially feasible at this point. So, because I'm going to be gone for a long time, and I don't want to get myself in a bad situation, right? And so I am making my way down from either, wow. Sorry, I was reading the comments at the same time, and it threw me right off there. So I'm going to make my way down from Vegan to Baguio to La Union. But it turns out it's impossible. Not impossible, but it's very costly and it's problematic, and I do not want to sit in an airport waiting for my next flight for 6, 7, 8 hours. And the prices were outrageous because, well, I was waiting to get paid from YouTube because, I started from zero. And I finally got paid just the day before yesterday. And so yesterday I'm trying to book these flights, and wow, the prices, forget about it. Now keep it in mind, in Canada, just a flight from Toronto to Ottawa is $600 when I was living there, which is insane. It's a half-hour flight. But here in the Philippines, there are flights $25, $20, $30, $40, that kind of thing. But because I'm booking 2 days in advance, that $40 flight max that it would be is $200. And so I'm like, whoa, what? No. Plus I got to sit, and it's going to be a 9-hour travel period time, all that kind of thing. So I just started exploring my options. And actually, I'm going to go to Rojas City, which is technically, it's a 3-hour bus or 2.5-hour drive, maybe 2 hours and 20-minute drive. And I'm going to get on the to-go ferry. I'm going to do first class, okay? The stateroom, beautiful, all that, where you can literally just relax. Especially with this cold, I was like, I'll just sleep in there if I have to, so that I'm better by the time I get there. And so I'm going to take that, and it's half the price of flying to stay in first class, room service, full shower, bath, everything in the to-go ferry. And I've never been in that one, been in the other one that goes to Manila. And it's going to drop me right in Batangas. So it's an adventure instead. Why not? I'm going to go for it. And from Batangas, I wanted to spend some time there. I want to go up to Tagaytay. Any other suggestions you guys have? I don't know if I'll do the Taal volcano again, unless I really want to burn a whole day where you just go on a boat and go hiking through the volcano. Keep in mind, like when you're a solo guy like me, or single guy, whatever, and you're going around, there's a lot of things you'd rather do when you have somebody else to share it with, right? And then there's other things that you would do when you're just trying to explore. I'm trying to focus on the explore part. And the touristy stuff, I'd like to have it when I have somebody to share it with, if that makes sense. I think it makes sense. And so I don't know if I'll do those kind of things that I'm looking forward to doing as a tourist one day this trip. I'm going to do a lot of exploring. I want to see what it's like in these different places. You know how many people have told me that it's absolutely beautiful to live in Tagaytay or in those areas, right? I've been there. It's lush. It's so beautiful. Last time I didn't do it was because the volcano, we ended up picking Boracay or something, or here. Can't remember which one it was. Because the volcano was starting to, not erupt, but like spew a little bit of ash. And so talking to everybody, they were talking about the ash being this high in there the last time it erupted, all over their property. It was just like, gets in your lungs, it gets in your engines and motors and fans, and it just gets into everything. And so I was like, because it's all over the news that it was starting to do some burps. And I was like, I'm not going to sit around. I'm not going to live around here right now. Now, it would have been fine. I don't think anything major happened at all. And it would have been beautiful to live there. It is super gorgeous. And of course, you have access to Manila and everything, like all the cities. I couldn't even possibly name them all. So, I could have done that, and it would have been a whole different experience. Everything would have been entirely different. So that's a good consideration to go back up there and actually look, okay, what's the cost of living, and really explore the place. Like, I never really did that, and I want to do it this time. Instead of just doing some travel, tourism sort of thing, I want to actually go into different areas. There's also like an abandoned castle that was supposed to be a theme park that never happened, and it's absolutely incredible. And I'm like, I want to go there because I'm like one of those. If I saw this massive abandoned asylum, I would want to go check it out just for the heck of it. But this one's totally different. It's like, I just seen the pictures, and I don't know if it should look like that. They're recent pictures. So I'm going to go see that just for the hell of it. But for the most part, the towns, on the way and all that. But I'm going to be doing buses. I don't have a car. I'm going to see if I can rent one for Batangas so that I can kind of hit that whole area over a few days before I move on up and get myself into Manila, where I have a friend who just moved into Rockwell, which is like super, super nice. Like, he went from Eastwood, which is super crazy nice, right? Like, you feel like you're in the West in a mega city, but it's super clean, no crime, no nothing. So when I say the West, I just mean modernized, but cleaner. No drug addicts, no homeless, no problems, no crime. You can park your car. Nobody's going to shatter the window. Like, really, really nice. And now he's moved to Rockwell, which is like the real premium area of Makati. And he's just a veteran, right? A disabled veteran that gets his pension. But it's enough for him to live like with his family as a king. He's got a Filipino wife. And they live really great, and they have like 12 dogs or something, 10 dogs. I can't remember. We met on Boracay. So I'm going to go hang out with them because it's been a long time since we've hung out. And he's got an extra spare room for me, so that's pretty cool. And just to get into that like really nice community of Rockwell and everything, because I'm going in with him. There's heavy security. You normally can't get in that part where he lives. So I'm going to be able to see that. And then we're going up to Clark Angeles City, where another friend that I met in Boracay is letting me stay in his beautiful house that he just rented, nicer than anything else he's rented, and I believe he got it much cheaper than living on Mactan or Boracay. He got a fantastic deal, and the place is just enormous. His own pool and his house and compound, everything. It's so beautiful. So there's, everywhere I go, I'm just not going to have a limit on how much time I'm going to spend there. I could be there for a week, 2 weeks, whatever. I could be there for 2 days. Just let it go how it goes, right? And but then we'll see if I go to. I don't think I'll go to Subic again. I went last time. I am very interested to know what 150,000 U.S. soldiers have done differently to Subic, because it's a smaller community of expats now, and it's not bustling. It's not crazy destination spot, but I have a feeling now it probably is going back to its old days. We'll see. I don't know if I'll go up there or not, but I'm definitely going to La Union after that, where Michael Onstad is. I got to check out the surfing thing and the towns there, and apparently it's a very touristy, like just see what it's like, life is like there, because you're kind of in a cool spot. You can go down for dinner to Subic, as Michael has pointed out he does. And so he goes down to Subic Bay, they go to dinner, get some nice steak and all that stuff from the American-style restaurants, and then he just shoots back up. You live right on the beach, and you're just down the mountain from Baguio. So if you want some cooler temperatures or whatever, you're so close to just drive up to Baguio. That's pretty cool. So that's kind of like getting an idea of what that kind of life is like and everything. Because I have a bus, I can't stop at every little town. There's just no way for me to do that. I have to, I could, but I wouldn't. Dragging suitcases, it's just not going to work. I'll be limited on what I can do, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. And then, like I said, Baguio and vegan. Vegan looks just incredible. So I definitely want to see what that's all about. It looks like you put back in time in Spain. So craziness, right? Craziness. So that's all going to start soon. I also want to shout out, listen, Frank and Fell, the ones that lent me this truck, right? I still have it, by the way. They said, oh, yeah, when you go, at the time it was to the airport, just come to our house. We'll drive you to the airport. and then you've returned the vehicle. And I'm like, wow, they're just let me hang into it. Well, it got different. Last night they came over to my house and gave me a gift. I don't know why they're giving me gifts. I should be giving them a gift. And it was unbelievable, absolutely amazing. I'm still at a loss for words, but they bought me a brand new drone. Like, too generous. Way, 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 way too generous. But I have a drone now, thanks to Frank and Fel, which they have a YouTube. Sorry, I don't have a link on here, but Frank and Fel, F-E-L. And yeah, so I'm like, listen, okay, if you're going to give me this, every drone footage I get, I'm going to put it into like a Google Drive, and I'm going to share it with you. And you use my whatever drone footage I collect from this, because that is too generous of a gift. That's so nice of them to do that. So not only have they let me for like 3 weeks straight now, something like that, use this truck, but now they've got me a drone. So no longer am I going to be like, wow, my drone's broken. I've got an amazing one. Tom Hunter, thank you very much. Good morning, Michael. Looking forward to your next adventure. Thank you, Tom. Appreciate that. And Ed J, evening from Toronto, the big TO. Hello, brother. Maxing around the globe. I think to ride a scooter from Iloilo to Carlis and stop by all the cities you visit on the way. Do you think it's... Oh, yeah. Yeah, perfectly. Because that's a national highway. So it's got the 2 lanes. Plus there's like a shoulder at some points. There might be like a hydroelectric pole, in the shoulder sometimes, but not always. It's Philippines driving. So you got to keep in mind that anything can happen. Everything will happen. And it gets very frustrating sometimes when you have a trike that's going 22 kilometers an hour and he's staying in the fast lane and he will not move, even if there's nobody in the right lane. It could be far as the eye can see. He will not move. You can ride him all you want. He's not going anywhere. And then you got a solid line, and it's supposed to technically pass on the left. So you're not legally allowed to pass on the right. That doesn't mean much here. You can't legally pass on the left because it's a solid line. You just get used to everything here, though. Make your way through. And if you're just joining now, I'm getting a little bit of a cold, so I'm trying to get through it. That's why I didn't get a video this morning, but I'll edit it later. So use the next 24 hours or whatever to get healthy. So if I sneeze, I feel one coming on, so we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Anyway, so yeah, driving here, it's unique. But I got used to it, and that beast. I'm going a lot of places where I have 1 inch on each side because you're going through like a little town or whatever, and there's a market going on, and there's people standing out on the road and trikes moving everywhere, and there's no room, and you got to squeeze through this tiny thing, and there's another guy trying to come this way. And yeah, I had no issues. 3-4 weeks of just driving everywhere. You get used to it, and you just go slow through that stuff. Take your time, and defensive drive everywhere you go. Let's see. Tom Hunter's. I'm going to move to Rojas City. Hey, we'll do a month lease. Fantastic, Tom. Listen, Tom, I'm going to be there when I come back from this. Unless something major changes during this trip, I will be over there. Just checking things out to lock things in. Like I said before, I wasn't in any position to go and negotiate to anything first and last month's rent, the things you need to negotiate. And so all I could do was look, but I couldn't do anything about it. So that's the part that I will now be able to do, hopefully by then, and get this all straightened out and figure out where I'm going to move next, sort of thing, for real, right? Because May 1st, I'm out of here. Well, it's May 11th, but I think that's a weird date, so probably not. Jason, hello from Cavite. Hello, Jason. Jay Sully, check sound. Sounds good. Okay, good. Cocoa, Florida. Living a good life there. It's like Philippines weather. Kamustika, Michael, Flip K, hello. $9, yeah, 3 gallons. Oh, no, I'm talking those little cups. So you get 4 of them, but I got 2 packs of them. But they should be like, remember, everything I know is pre-pandemic, or ish, in Canada and stuff like that, where I was like, that's like $1 something for a 4-pack, maybe $1.99. I'm sure it's totally different now. Go to vegan. Yes, I am. That is the final destination right now, Batangas to vegan. But it sounds like I have to go up to Ilocos to fly back. So, yeah, we'll figure that out. I don't believe Charles Schwab is available to Canadians. I believe it's only available to Americans. We don't have the same options. Canada has a very strict banking policy and only allows 5 national banks. And other than that, it's co-ops and stuff like that, which, it's not the same. You can't use their cards everywhere. They don't have all the cool online things, trading, whatever. So, yeah, we just have TD, Royal, Scotia, Bank of Montreal, and National Bank. That's the 5 banks that Canada has. It's a monopoly, and they don't give any specials because they have no competition. Right? They've got that locked in, so we don't get anything. Like TD is the same company in America because they bought out a company after 2008. I can't remember the name of them, Harris Bank or something. And but yet you go to the ones in the U.S. They have like couches. You can take a number. You don't have to stand in line. They give you all kinds of offers to open an account. You go to Canada, they don't give you any offers. There's nothing. There's no competition, so they don't need to do anything. Amalia, I hope you will enjoy your visit, Mike's. Not only Jeeps, but motorcycles and pedicabs in our place. Stay safe. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and I'm going to have this suitcase. I'm going to be gone for up 3 weeks. I don't know. So I can't just go with a backpack. And I like to bring my computer, obviously I need to for editing and stuff like that. And that takes up my backpack too quite a bit. So I just can't possibly do this in a backpack. So I got to do it in a suitcase. And so I won't be able to take every little thing, but once I check in somewhere, then I can go off and rent a bike and just go up and see different things, stuff like that. Thank you very much. Thank you. I'm hoping to get past this. It's not that bad right now. And generally, I don't have long. I'm not even going to say it. I'm so afraid. Is that wood? It's just shaking now. Knock on wood, okay? I usually get through things very quickly. Ed J, thank you very much. Looking forward to your Luzon trip, especially my home province of Batangas. Oh, wonderful. I'm just learning something. I didn't realize. Yeah, of course it is. Yeah, Batangas would be a province. Of course it is. So Clark, yeah, that's on the schedule. I have a friend who has a house there and everything else. So I'm going to be staying at his house, and we'll be hanging out. He doesn't want to be like on camera and everything, and that's totally cool. I'm actually looking forward to just hanging out with them because they're cool as, you know what, amazing cool guys. So I love this whole family. Laog, I think that's the Ilocos airport. Yeah, they have an airport too. Yes, Clark. So but I'm not going to be flying in between the country. I'm literally going to be jumping on a bus, go to the next area, and then stay and explore for as long as I feel like exploring and enjoying. Now, if you guys are in any area, somebody in that area, whatever, reach out to me. I answer 99% of all messages on Facebook, and I get a lot, except the ones that just say hello. What am I supposed to do with just hello? And the reason is that it's not like it's a bad thing, and I can't just say hi, but 99% of that group that say hello are scammers. And so as soon as you respond, then they begin a scam. So you don't do that because it puts you in that group of the ones you just don't trust. Say, hi, Michael, I'm from this area. Are you going to be coming up this? Just ask. Just say what you're going to say, and then I know you're not a scammer. And I will definitely respond. I always respond. And it's the fastest way, where email, for some reason, I just have too many things on my phone, notifications. So I don't know what it is, but it barely ever sends me the notifications. So I have to remember every day to go in and refresh and go through and then go through my spam folder. It can take a long time. My mornings are usually just me when I'm home, sitting right over there with my coffee, just, an hour or 2 hours. I go through all the messages. So feel free to message. I do answer. And I'll take suggestions, please. Any help is good help. Let's see. Vegan, La Union, then Baguio. Yeah, it's going to go the other way, though. I'm going to go La Union Baguio vegan. Yeah. Dina from Cabao, take Florida bus, pink color bus, heading to vegan. They have a sleeper bus. Yeah, I know they have that. I saw that. It looks cool. It probably make a good video, but I'll miss everything in between. So, but maybe when I'm coming back, because when I come back, I'm just going to be flying out of Manila anyway. That's the fastest flight, right? Anything else, I'm just going to sit in Manila and then wait for another flight. So maybe on the way back, that makes sense. I'll take that cool sleeper bus because I've seen somebody else ride it, and I was like, oh, that's so cool that they have that. It looks like a train, you know? And I could take it back. So that actually makes a lot more sense. And then just fly out of there back home. Let's see. Kalasi? Will you be No, Ed. Good news, though, by the way. She got one of our subscribers here, works for an internet company or owns something like an internet company in California, I think it was. They offered her an online job, by the way, so she could work from home. And then Jonathan did offer her a job. So she has 2 different options and everything. So congratulations to her, but good on, well, you 2 guys, or girl guy, for offering her that positions, because that will help her and her family out. That's really awesome. And couldn't be happier. But yeah, you know, it's sweet girl, wonderful girl. Obviously, you guys can see that for yourself. But I still live in the same house as my ex-wife, and everything's just complicated right now. I don't know, it's hard to explain, but I just know that when I'm ready, I'll know I'm ready. But otherwise, I'm just happy to be friends with people and hang out, and I'm just not going to worry about it, if that really makes sense. What will be sort of thing. And yeah, I don't have anything else to say to that or whatever. When I'm ready, I'm ready. And until I'm not, it is what it is. Anyway, wonderful person. I love hanging around her. Super nice, super kind. And that's what matters, right? You want to hang around people that are positive and wonderful and less complicated. You don't want anything complicated in your life, especially when I'm in a complicated situation. So absolutely, it makes perfect sense to certain couple friendly places with a companion. Yeah, exactly. So for now, I can just go and explore. And honestly, not many people do that, right? Go for the purpose of exploring. I know what people, sometimes they go to the tourism department and it works out really good. I get it. It does. But you're losing something. You're losing the exploring. So what I'll do is I'll go to an area and I'll try to make it work, right? Just the exploring part. But when you're running into dead walls everywhere and you're just not getting anywhere with anything and you have no idea and everything seems boring, well then, yes, go to the tourism place and just say, what do you got? You know? And so I wait to do that. I try to do it the fun way, which is just to figure it out on your own, like a little kid looking through his presents or something. I don't know. And then only when I'm like hitting dead walls, then I'll go to the tourism board people. I'll just go and talk to them. And next thing you know, they connect you with this person, bring you all over and everything. And it is good. But I also miss out on the exploring part of it because they're like, oh, okay, go here, let me take you, and they'll take you. But yeah, I really, really like the exploring. So I'm going to try to do that first always. And I really enjoyed it a lot. Hello, Ben Shepard. You're moving forward and grooving, baby. Keep up the hard work. Thank you very much. Sorry, stuffed up. Or nose running. So yeah, thank you very much. I appreciate it. And you know what? I do enjoy it, but I just got to be careful I don't burn out, which I'm doing my best to make sure. Every once in a while, I think you'll see there's no video for a day like you did this morning. And that's because I'm trying to keep it balanced. If I feel like I'm burning, okay, nope, take a step back, do nothing for a day or half a day or something like that, just to get my body and my mind right. Thank you, Jay Sully. Appreciate it. Kari, looking forward to your new videos traveling. Thank you very much. I'm going to enjoy it. Like this whole, the other side. Oh, you can't see my hand. Anyway, that whole thing, bottom to top, almost, not all the way to the top, but very close. I'm really looking forward to it. It's going to be different. It's not going to be the same touristy things. I'm going to try to see things that most people don't show off or don't see, and everything in between. Because Luzon is huge, huge, and you can imagine how many small towns and stuff. So the more access I can find to renting a vehicle of some sort or whatever, the more I'm going to be able to tour. So I will definitely be looking for rental motorcycles and stuff like that. So I appreciate it very much. Hello, Mallory. Welcome, Mallory. G-Man 73. Hi, Michael. I met you with Grace at the Richmond. Oh, yes. I'm back in Brisbane, Australia. Yes, we told you Grace was from Otan, Iloilo. We are building a new house there. Oh, fantastic. Listen, is it down by the water? Because there's not many right now by the water. I believe there is a subdivision. I kind of got a glimpse of it, but I don't think it's that new, but I'm not sure. Like I know Texas Filipino lives that way, but he's like, I think it's Tigbowan, at least that other friend of his that's out there that I'm terrible with names. Sometimes it skips for me, but I would remember his name normally. It's because it's even a common name. Crazy. Anyway, he was saying, oh yeah, no, he's technically in Tigbowan. So, but I think Otan also has a subdivision that's near the water there. There's still a lot of property there. I just don't know much about, like they explained about the flooding, but for your own land, that would be your own problem. So you would definitely have to raise it up and figure that whole part out. You wouldn't want any problems with that. So very interested to hear about your plot. At least when you're done, that would be great. The boost on your microphone. Okay, so reduce the noise. Sound is bad. All right, there you go. I backed it up a little bit. Hopefully that's better. I think it is, because I can see I'm not jumping in the red anymore. Thanks for letting me know. Frank and Fell, yes, exactly. Thank you, Smurf Crusher. Looking forward to your Luzon adventure. Have fun. Take care. Thank you very much. Hummingbird. Abraham from Florida. What part of Florida, brother? I do love Florida. And hello. Live my Philippines dream. Hi, Michael. While you're doing this, skip this live. You skip Eden's breakfast. Ha ha. Okay, I know who that is. So that's Eden and Ronnie. And yeah, he sends me these pictures. Okay. He has a great wife. You guys remember Eden and Ronnie? They lived that provincial life down by the water there. And his wife makes the most incredible foods, like crazy, amazing breakfasts. Like I would say Western, but no, they're everything. Like some days it looks like a Dutch breakfast and then an American dinner and then whatever. She cooks unbelievably. He's living his best life. He's definitely not, you're not going without, brother. You're doing real well. All credit to her. Quick remedy. Oh, yeah. Fresh ginger, lots. Crush it. Boil it for 10 minutes. Strain. Calamansi, bit of honey, sugar. Drink it warm or hot. Definitely. I'm on it. Wait a minute. No garlic? But, yeah. Where do I get fresh ginger, I wonder? I don't know if I feel like going out to a grocery store, to be quite honest, but maybe Grab delivers it. You can get groceries here like that, so. Yeah, I loved it. Loved it in Otan, and wow, did I get a lot of, I think the Facebook, just the picture of saying, hey, go check out the video, 2,900 something like that people liked it. That means more people watched it. Otan to the, support or what? That's amazing. No, we don't have that. No Navy, Federal, no, nothing like that, unfortunately. Whoa, look at this. How do I get that? Where did it go? There it is. Scotty, brother. There's another guy. We talk quite often. So we send me the pictures to make me jealous of what it's like to live in Australia. And he always has to show me his beers because he gets fantastic beers, all the great beers. So listen, Scotty, thank you very much. You're a legend. Thank you very much. You're super awesome. You know that. We talk all the time. I don't know why your little picture doesn't show up here. I think it's because I removed the background so you don't get a black bar across the screen. And but it'll show up on the screen for everybody else anyway. So that's the main thing. So really cool of you. Thank you very much, Scotty. How hard is it to get around not speaking to local language? It seems like the local people. Yeah. When you get more provincial and older crowds, right? Like the younger ones, they speak in school by law here, they have to be taught in English, not an English class. School must be in English, right? And they do that on purpose, so that the people who grow up here and get educated can then have opportunities all over the world, right? It's the number one language spoken in the entire world at 1.456 billion people, right? Where Mandarin is much less. I think 1.2 billion, well, much less, 200 million people less. So yeah, if you want opportunities, you want to be able to do business with around the world, you want to be able to go anywhere in the world to make money, you should know English. And that's why they're doing it here, and why the Philippines is seeing more and more success through generations, because now I believe they said OFWs bring in something like 40, don't quote me on the exact number, it was a big number, like $40 billion a year comes to the Philippines from OFWs sending money back, which is amazing, obviously. And it's really helped their economy tremendously. And then when they come to retire after working 20 years as a nurse or 30 years as a nurse, whatever, and they come back, and then they've got like a lot of money. They're able to, take care of the greater family. Like how many of these ancestral houses I go to on a fiesta, well, the person who might have paid for it is an OFW back in the West who paid to renovate or build a whole new ancestral house for the whole family here in the Philippines to use. So the greater benefit of the English language learning is great. But keep in mind, that's only the last 20 years or so where that actually happened in school. It might have been a little longer. And in the more provincial towns, even though it might be in the law that you must teach it in English only, you find it very strict in the cities. Like here in Iloilo City, you're not going to have any problems. Everybody speaks English quite normally, actually. You'll even hear them just conversating, even though if they don't need to, especially younger. But when you get to the provinces, it's a little more lax on that. Like if you go here to any public event, they're going to speak 99% of it in English at the public event. But then if you go to a public event at a barangay or something in the middle of nowhere, they may speak it all in their local language. But either way, I do notice that if I could even just say a few phrases or something in that language, people open up immediately. So I've already committed myself. I'm going to do it. May 1st, wherever I move, or May 11th, whatever it works out to, wherever I move, I'm going to take in-person classes, because those in-person classes will be a much faster way to learn. I try to do the app stuff and everything, and the problem is I leave that to go and learn 20 other people's names or 50 other people's names, and things and everything's going into my brain, and it's just not working. So I need to have somebody who is conversating back and forth with me, and we just stick to certain things for a little while until it really locks in, and I won't forget it. So that's my plan. I'll be rocking. Yeah, Charles Schwab bought TD Ameritrade. Oh, there you go. But yeah, TD Bank in Canada, though, is not connected. Canada and America are just terrible that way. There's Mark. All right. Well, listen, Mark, I don't know if you heard earlier, if you just joined, but I do have a cold coming in. So if you guys want to hang out with me, it's up to you. I was going to leave it to you and Steven, message you afterwards to say, okay, this is what happened. Did not put out a video for a reason. I'm still stuffed and that kind of thing. So do you guys want to be around me? Not. I'm going to leave it to you. But if you get sick afterwards, it's going to be on you guys. I'm sorry. I hate to do that, but I'm leaving, and I know I get it. So Garrett, thank you very much. All these guys that are highlighted, by the way, with this color here, they're members of this channel. If you have an Apple phone, you won't see join besides subscribe, but you can still do it. You just open a Chrome app or something like a Chrome browser, go to youtube.com, and find my channel, and then you'll see it there. Just don't open it in the app, and you can sign up, and then after you go back to the app, it'll show you as a member. Anyway, you can join as a member. It's like $3 a month or something like US, or $5 Canadian, and yeah, you can be a member of this channel, and I appreciate it if you do. If you don't, I still appreciate you, because I'm just glad you guys even give me the time. Maxing around the globe. Thanks for the info, Michael. Which path you plan to come back to Iloilo City? I'm thinking of come back on the mountainside. I don't know where I know where Passi City is. What do you think? So I'm going to be going through Passi City to go to Rojas City, because at the beginning I was explaining I'm not flying because it turned out it was going to cost me half as much to go to Rojas City and jump on the to-go ferry and stay in the first class ferry than it was for me to fly. And then plus all the 9 hours of, like, between the sitting at the airport and all this stuff, leaving at ridiculous times, arriving at ridiculous times and all that. I'm just going to go and sit in this first class. And with this little cold coming or whatever, I'm like, oh, you can lock yourself in your own room. You got a nice full bathroom, everything else. And I got room service. If I'm not feeling well, I can just sleep the whole thing. It's like 20 hours. And it's actually cool to go on a cruise. But I'm hoping I still have over 24 more hours. So it goes away by then. Going home in March. I'll let you know if I discover something interesting. Fantastic. Iron Horse. Michael, I love your vlogs and the energy you put into them. I'd like to meet you while I'm there for about 6 months. Of course. You message me. If you were in the same town or whatever, I'll always try to find a way. Always. Seafood Festival in Rojas City in April. Yes, I will be there. Capistahan, I think it's called. I will be there. Definitely. Wildflower. Hello, Wildflower. And... good for Kat. I think Kat's in the chat, by the way. I think she said that she was going to join. So I don't know what she'll be under and what her name is and that kind of thing. I just know she said that she was, I'll be on your live. So she hears it. Go to Baguio City. Yep, going to Baguio. That's in the plans. There you are. Thank you very much, Scotty. Thank you so much. Enjoy being single. No complication, no hassles. Love my hubby. Fantastic. Good for you. Fantastic. Yeah, I have no problem with being single. I was married once before, but I was like 30 when I divorced. I'm 48 now. And then it took me till I was 46. So it's not like I went 16 years without remarrying or anything. It's not like I'm incapable of going a long time without remarrying. 100%. No problem being single. But I'm also like, you just, whatever is, and I'm just gonna not be in a rush, but be open-minded, you know. Well, thank you, Rockstar. You'll notice that I just stay away from, we're trying to stay friendly and get along, and there's no reason not to, and I'd like to keep it that way, and I don't want any hard feelings. I don't want any problems. I just kumbaya. I don't know, symbiotic, whatever you want to call it. Want everything to be okay. Wish only the best. Want only the best. Everybody be happy. What are you gonna do? Just take your time, Mike. Enjoy yourself. Only God knows what's best for you. Exactly. Just let it happen. Be open to allowing it to happen is the most important thing. So I'm gonna see. I don't know. It sounds like if I go up there, that would be the only place to fly out. But I'm on a limited budget. I just finally got paid for my first time, right? So, like the first one was very small, and I still have the bills. So we said this is the last month I got to pay rent here, and all the other bills or whatever. So I still have like this double thing going on in my life, and I just started out. So I'm gonna make it work as best as I can, but I'm really good at budgeting, like where I don't generally put myself in bad situations. So I'm going to, I got it kind of mapped out, but who knows what'll happen on the way. So we'll figure it out. If who knows, I might run into another subscriber and lives in one of the towns and I can stay at their place and it's not going to cost me. Maybe I save a couple nights stay, then maybe I can go up to one more. Or maybe I just spend too much time lower that by the time I get up there, wow, I didn't realize I was going to be this long away. And now I'm going to be like needing to come back because I do have to sort out where I'm going to live next and all that stuff. Or maybe that'll be part of the plan. I don't know. I'm leaving it all open. My aunt is from Luzon. She lived in the States for over 20 years. There you go. Go to the States, 20 years, come back, do really well for yourself. Winter Sojourn. Bon voyage. Hello, chat. A second hummingbird's remedy described above. Yeah, thank you very much. I'll have to find myself. So I'm not like this, sorry. I know you said it. Wait, hang on. Ginger. I was going to say garlic, and it's not garlic. Hello from Orlando. Thank you, Tommy. My wife, Northern Luzon, will be moving to the Philippines in the next 2 years. Fantastic. Sonia, Glad you're not rushing the relationship. Enjoy your time. Yeah. It'll be, it'll just happen. Just natural. And I'm not going to force it. And no big rush or anything like that. So, there he is. There he is. See, you switched to your other account, David. See, we found you, David Scott. I was saying Scotty, but that's because you had it the other way that it was named. I wasn't sure. Grace is using my YouTube account in Otan while I'm using the same account in Brisbane. Excellent. So you're both answering on the same account. That's cool. If you've been to the Philippines for a certain amount of time, it's respect to learn the language. Yeah, but what language, right? So once you find a place, learn that one. But if you're going to be up in the north, you're going to be Luzon, that kind of thing. You're going to need to learn Tagalog. But if you're over here on this Panay, you have Aclanian or Aclonian. I'm sure I'm saying it wrong. And then you have Karaya. I'm saying it wrong, but it's Karaya. So if you're out down Antique, all the way up to Gimbal, that kind of thing. Then you're over here and it's Ilonggo. And then you go up here and it's Hiligaynon. And then you go over there, it's Cebuanan. Which language? The good thing, and like I explained to most people, is if you're traveling around like this, I always say to them, I'm like, well, what's the one language you all pretty much understand? They all understand English, at least. That's the one universal that over top of all these languages. Now, certain areas, they know Tagalog and they're one pretty commonly, but I've talked to Tagalog people who say they come to Iloilo and struggle, where people are like, huh? And the thing is a lot of the words, Ilonggo words and Tagalog words, may be the opposite or something completely different in that same language. And so they think you're talking about X and you're actually talking about Y, and it's an entirely different sort of thing. And they're looking at you like really funny. I can't remember the example, but it's like you're talking about a boat, but they think you're talking about a dog. Like, it's totally not helpful. The good thing is English. For the youngers anyway, especially because they learned it through school the last 20 years when I say youngers. So anybody who went to school and is under 40, they're going to have quite a bit of English as a standard. So it does help to have that if you go to the provinces to learn that one specific language. But if you're traveling around, it's unlikely you're going to learn 5 to 6 different languages. I say that, but that other YouTuber becoming Filipino, he knows 5. He speaks fluently 5 different languages here in the Philippines. So incredible. It is possible. But he's been here 10 years. So, I'm going to start with wherever I'm living, I'm going to learn that one. And that way I can easily speak with people if I need to or whatever. Of course, I'm going to still do it in English because I'm reaching an audience to promote the Philippines, to show them what it's like. And the reason they're watching here is because I speak the same language, come from the same place, that kind of thing. And so you can relate, where if I was just speaking it all in the local language, it would just be Filipinos watching, which is not helping to promote the Philippines or show people what it's like to live here or anything like that, would it be? Hey, from Texas. Hello, Nonya. And I'll be in Cebu in 2 weeks. Can't wait. Fantastic. Enjoy Cebu. Look at that. Abby and Milo. Me and my husband will be in Cebu. Everybody's going to Cebu. Hello from Atlanta. I love your content. Thank you very much, Don. Appreciate it. Hey, Michael, looking forward to your videos of a cupping trip. Yeah, wait till the next video. You guys are going to be like, oh. That's all I'm going to say. Like, things take like a big nosedive, and then it turns out great. You'll see. David saying, watching her daughter doing her belt grading. Oh, at karate. Fantastic. Listen, all the luck to her. All the luck to her. Good luck. Max from the Globe. Keep it up. Thank you very much. Why is your YouTube button flashing? Probably because I'm live. That's usually what happens. Just to show you that I'm doing a live stream right now. If I did a vertical one, by the way, I should be doing that. It would be way bigger. YouTube's already said we're going to promote everybody who does vertical vlogs. But I have a webcam, so I'm not sure. I have a shitty phone, so I can't do it that way. You would hate it. So webcam makes a lot better sense. I'm looking forward for the unlimited seafood. Yeah, you go, girl. Enjoy it. Go to Banate. My gosh. What percent of the video media do you use versus what you actually? When I do these full day ones, total video time, even though I'm out all day, might be 2.5 hours, and I drop it all in. I do it 3 times. So I go through easy cuts, right? The stuff that you're like, that's terrible, that's boring, whatever. But then you have to go back through again, go, okay, it's still too long. Go back to the front, figuring out what more to cut, and then go back to the front, and now try to make it interesting. So, yeah, let's say 2.5 hours down to, ideally, you want to, nowadays, YouTube is really, 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 really focused on 30-minute videos, right? So you try to stay in that 30. It just is what it is. It used to be they wanted 8 minutes, 10 minutes, 12 minutes, 15 minutes. Now, no, they do not want anybody, because what they did is they removed the watch time percentage, and they don't care about it anymore. They care about watch time only. So they want total time. So if you put up a 30-minute video and they watch 10 minutes, so it's not very much of the video, they will still like that better than if you upload a 10-minute video and they watch 8 minutes, so 80% of it. They don't care. They want the one with the longer time. So it's become that way. So anyway, so I try to keep it down to that 30, but sometimes I can't. Like, I look at it and I'm like, I lose context. If I get rid of this, I get rid of that, what am I going to do? Like, this doesn't make any sense. It complicates the video a bit or whatever, so I'll have to go at 42 minutes, 44 minutes, that kind of thing. Yeah, eventually. I've never been to Japan. I've never been to Thailand. I lived in Cambodia for a bit, but not very long. But I've never been to Vietnam. There's so many places. Taiwan. There's so many places nearby that I've never been. And that's why I told myself, like, if I move down here, I'm going to be able to explore all of Asia. And then because of the pandemic, I lived in Albania for a year, but I couldn't go to Germany other than through airports and stuff like that. Like, there's so many places in Europe I'd want to go. Just because I live here doesn't mean I can't travel everywhere. Yeah, of course, I would do a subscriber meetup anytime. It's just locking me down on a very specific time so that I could do it. The YouTube button is flashing because it's reflecting at the angle. Oh, that! Oh, yeah, I have a ceiling fan. Sorry. I thought you meant the button, like, the circle of my logo. All right. Yeah. That's my fancy 100K when I don't have 100K. But it says that Philippines Life. So that's going to be funny because when I get this going on this channel or get back to 100K, they're going to send me another one that says that Philippines Life. How funny is that? Okay. Yeah, sorry. It's driving you nuts. Well, I don't know. I could turn my ceiling fan off, but I'd be sweating. So there you go. No more flashing. Yeah. So anyway, that was the fan reflecting. Okay, there we go. So guys, yeah, I'll show you one more time because I know people joined later, and let me show you. So we're gonna start at the bottom of this. Let me clear that, and I'm going to be starting all the way at the bottom. If you have any specific, something unusual, something different, something cool, I should move over here. If something cool that is from Batangas all the way up to vegan, something in there that you think is something I shouldn't miss, drop me a line. It's easier than if you just put it in the comments, but you can put it in the comments. But drop me a line and just say, hey, by the way, check out this area, because you don't want to miss this, or this is a hidden gem, or whatever. I need help, suggestions, all those kind of things, especially small towns or something. Or the thing about Luzon is a small town might be 100,000 people. They're quite populated up for the most part, especially in the south. And so towns are quite large. There's rare to find the really small ones, from my understanding, as opposed to out here, where you can find a really small town that just has a little central area and nothing else. And then you got to go a long way to find the next thing. A lot of things are also connected when you're down in Luzon. Like, we say Manila all the time. Manila's, 30 or 3 million, 10 million? 10 million, I think it is. But Quezon is like 30. It's everything's connected. Like if you just put everything you put everything is technically connected, and it's technically like a mega city. It would be an enormous number. Like Toronto, we merged Scarborough, North York, all these areas, and it still was only like 4 or 5 million. But from 1 hour of the center of Toronto, you drive in any direction, it's 10 million people. That's 1/4 of the entire country, the size of Canada, which is bigger than the United States, in one area, which is incredible. Let's see. Have a nice trip, bro. Up there, there's amazing but cold. Hey, listen, I'm ready. Oh, monks. You know, I keep having, I dream of having his food again, but I haven't been back up to Santa Barbara. He hasn't been delivering. What can I say? But monks, you have to try it out. You got to check it out in Santa Barbara. Not like any food you've ever had before. Trust me on this. Trust me. You're doing a good job, Monk. You're doing a good job. And I got to go to that shooting range when you get back. That Mikey's shooting range. It looks incredible. I'd be happy to film it and everything. Ask them if that's cool. Hello from Montana. Hello, Montana. 406 Speedway. My ears are getting long now. What a compliment. Listen. I definitely will come back and have some of our wonderful food. I'm looking forward to that for sure. Thank you very much. Thank you. It's good to finally have a little less stress in my life to get the first pay and be able to plan out this trip and make it happen. I've been wanting to do that because it's hard to say, okay, I'm going to pick where I'm going to live next, and I'm going to limit myself like crazy. So, listen, I know I have to go down to down there. I have to go down there. I know. It's going to happen. It's not on my list right now. I don't know. I kind of really fell in love with this area. You got to keep in mind, and on this whole Panay, and I've been all over parts of Luzon and everything. But I also have so many friends up there. I don't really have a lot of friends in Mindanao and everything, but I did connect when I went to that Boy Scout Jamboree. I connected with like top person from Davao, board member or something like that, and he gave me his card and he's like, "You come to Davao, we got you. Just contact me." And so I'm going to go down there and do that, because then I'm not going with nothing. Where the weird thing is all the other areas that I've been talking about and going to, I have so many subscribers that I'm in contact with all the time, that have like either filled me in, I know them in the area, that kind of thing. Where Mindanao, I really don't have a lot. And I haven't been there, so it makes sense. You're not going to have any subscribers from there. You're not going to have any contacts there or anything. Anyway, the whole point is I've been trying to travel where it's easier for me, and that's been these kind of areas. In Luzon, it's just huge. Hey, Brampton, Ontario. Black Grandpa. Listen, I used to live. We talked about this, right? I used to live in Brampton, Ontario. I was the only white guy for like 5 kilometers, but it was cool. Everybody accepted me. That's why when people, they say stuff or whatever, like racism and all that, and I'm like, you guys go to Canada, multicultural. You don't think of race. It's also not an economic class system there with race. Everybody has equal chances, equal opportunities, that kind of thing. Don't get me wrong. Canada has its problems, does have its problems. Inflation is crazy. Real estate's too expensive. I don't recommend it to anybody. And there's a lot of people that go there for work thinking, oh, look at this. I got an amazing job offer. I'm going to make $80K a year. And they realize you need $160K a year just to live a normal life there. It's just getting insane. But outside of that, the multicultural aspect, the fact that you don't really see race, you see everybody as equal, opportunities are equalized. It's like you've dropped in a different world, where people just they just don't care, which is honestly, it's the most amazing feeling. Very, very freeing, and there's just less hate. Does that make sense? Overall, Does poverty really hit you everywhere in the Philippines or just in the big cities? Well, poverty exists everywhere, obviously. But in the big cities like Iloilo, I would say it's a smaller percentage, right? Because there's more opportunities. Jobs are the most important thing of this country. You want as many jobs as possible because when you have a lot of jobs, and say, for example, the going rate in an area is 500 pesos. But when you have more jobs and there are people to work them, then people have to offer more money to fill those roles in order to get good people in. They have to offer, listen, I'm going to pay 700 just to get good staff. And then the competition now has to raise their rate if they want to keep people. That is the best part of a free market is but in order to do that, you have to have a thriving, booming economy. And they've got that here now, where good luck trying to find staff to work in your home or a driver or, all the stuff that people often will do here. They'll get a nanny and all that. It's getting hard here. It's really getting hard because there are so many job opportunities here that it's just everything goes up, which is great. That's how the Philippines will take off, and that's how standard of living is going to go up and up and up and up. I get sometimes people saying like that it's horrible that foreigners will move here, and I always remind everybody, like, as best I can, is that if you have a foreigner coming to one of these small towns, and in the first year, on average, they're going to spend anywhere from $50,000 US to $100,000, depending if they even if they lease, right? They're going to lease a really nice place. They're going to spend like say $20K on the first year. They're going to decorate it like they like to, even though they rented it. They're going to buy a car or they buy vehicles or they're going to spend money at all the restaurants. They're going to go to all these places. They're going to spend about $50,000 US in the first year at least into that community. You know what they're not going to do? They're not going to use the public hospital system. They're not going to use the public schools. They're not going to use any of the social welfare type systems. And so to a town, it's an automatic influx of business. They might hire housekeepers, people that take care of the landscaping. They're going to hire people for all kinds of things. And then anybody who has a business in that area will benefit from them buying stuff from them. And so they're a net benefit to a town. They come in and it just increases. And so when I meet these mayors or whatever, they're good. And whatever I have to do to make it good for people to come here, retire here, invest in this area or whatever, it makes 100% sense. Of course it makes 100% sense. Your social system has X budget. It's not going to take from any of it, and it's going to inject money in every single year. I'm going to still spend about $50,000 a year because they're going to buy things. They're going to always go for dinner, and they're going to pay people, and they're going to hire people, and they're going to, just materialism as a whole, even in the Philippines. Most people do it. Now, there'll be a few people that'll live in the province, and they'll live at $800 a month. I get it. But that's not the norm. The norm is they not only do all of that, but they also help the greater family of a Filipina wife. There's money all over the place, and they will generally, especially people who are on a pension, well, they don't need to save anymore. They're on a pension. And so they say, I have friends that get like $5,000 a month on their pension, US dollars, and they just drop it because they know they're getting another $5,000 and they're getting another $5,000 and they're not saving for retirement. They are retired. And so they just put it into the local economy over and over and over again. Imagine 100 of them, right? And if you do the math on that, and if you had somebody coming to your town from Manila as a local looking for work, well, they need one of the jobs, number one, and they will need the provincial hospital. They will need the provincial schools, or the public schools, sorry. They're going to need from the social services potentially if they lose their job or something happens, that kind of thing. So it's not the same. Anyway, so that's why when I meet the right kind of people, like I met them in San Joaquin, whatever it takes to get foreigners to move down there within reason, they want to help. They want to help. So Frank and Fowler are currently looking at land right now, and they got a very good warm welcome when they went down there, saying, okay, I want a place on the ocean. I think they're going to still live here. It's just like a vacation home. What's it going to take to move here? Do we need to figure out something that you pay so much a month until it's paid off, or what do we got to do? Just be careful. We don't want scams or anything. That's why I said, like, if you come to me, I'll put you with somebody, that is got more to lose than you do to screw you over. So generally, I meet all the people that have that kind of ability. So it would be really good. It would be really good if you come into a neighborhood like that, and they know that. So that's great. Get a baby mama in every country. Mark, loving the latest videos, Mike. I wake up in the morning, have coffee with your... listen, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Sorry I didn't do it this morning, so I'm so stuffed and everything, but I'm going to edit later on. Tomorrow morning there'll be the video. And then because I'm on a boat for 24 hours, I don't think it's even possible. No, like there's no internet out on the boat. So, yeah, then there'll be another day without one, and then it'll be back. Tomorrow, though, next video, you don't want to miss that one. Like I said, that one's going to go through like, what the heck? Why? This is going terrible. And then all of a sudden, it goes amazing. It goes amazing. I was really happy. Isn't Batangas in the middle? Well, here, I'll put that map up again. Okay, so you see there's this little, where am I? How do I do this? Right there. Okay, so see this little strip right here? I'm not going to that little strip. Batangas is right on that end. I can't put my finger in front of it. It's not a green screen. But yeah, it's right at the bottom there. You see Batangas right underneath literally the word Batangas in your comment. So yes, I'm not going to these islands over here, or the stretch of land. I guess it's not islands. I'm not going there. I'm going to make it very much easier. So I'm starting out of the way here, and vegan is right about here. So there's still a locos, if I'm saying that correct, and then anything up at the top, right? But yeah, so I'm going to be only because it's, I'm not going to go for 2 months or anything. It's just going to be crazy. But yeah, so I'm going up there and, Baguio vegan or whatever. I'm going to do all the stuff I see along the way. That's the plan. So I wouldn't call it middle. There's just a little strip there, little in comparison to the gigantic part. Let's see. Hello, Swingovic. Little home business, online ones, farms, waterfalls, etc. Yeah, that's a separate island though, right? I think it's a separate island. It'll be another time, I think. Just so many things. Yeah, this is so cool. I know. I saw the pictures and I'm like, I have to go there. Robert. Hello, Robert. Welcome. It's okay. I'm here now. Listen, we were all worried. I'm leaving tomorrow. I'm heading tomorrow. I'm going to be gone for at least probably, I say at least and then probably, go figure, around 3 weeks straight until I die, and I'm dead inside and I'm like, I gotta just get away from living in a suitcase. I'll come back. Something like that. Yeah. Siargao is a really, really beautiful place. Lots of stuff to do there. I agree. Not a big city like for me, I'm very specific in that where I'm like, I got to be close to the big city because I kind of get bored too easy. Obviously I do. I am the kind of person that doesn't sit still. Like I get invited to go fishing on a boat and I'm like, I'm so sorry, but I would probably go crazy. I can't sit still. I'm go. Rarely can I just not move. And so it's a very relaxed place. It'd be wonderful there. It's good for vacation, like Boracay when I lived there. Great for vacation, boring to live after a few months, right? You just, okay, I'm kind of bored. I wish I could just go to the city. And so I learned a big lesson by living here, and that's a good thing is now going forward. So Siargao, it's also taken over by foreigners, and it's just a bunch of, backpackers and surfers. And, I haven't been there yet, but I watch enough videos about it now and seen it. And I've seen their channel too, by the way. Just beautiful. They also get slammed by every typhoon. So it's one of those where I was like, it's not the Philippines experience, it's the Bali experience. And so I kind of haven't put it on the top of my list. Plus, it's going to be more expensive, not to live there, but to live where all these these young 20 to 30-year-old surfers and all that stuff and digital nomads and everything are all living. They're raising the costs of everything because they are 70% of the population, from what I read from the government stats. 70% of Siargao is foreign. Are you porting into? Yes. Yep. That's where I'm going to be heading into Batangas first, spend a little time there, and then work my way up. Catherine, what place did you suggest before that? I don't see your comment before. It's probably not so much a vlogging place, but IU? Oh, is that the name of the place? Maybe. I'm not sure. Yeah, I've considered all this. I have, like, a corporation is being formed, so I can actually legally do business dealings with a good friend of mine, a Filipino friend. So that's there are plans, but we'll see we have a lot of ideas. We actually spent one night late just hashing out different types of ideas of what kind of business to start, those kind of things. Yeah. I for now, I'm not going to say much more just because it's happening. Here it is. Binan. It's the birthplace of, Dr. Jose Rizal. There it is. Jose Rizal. Fantastic. Yeah, I don't know where it is, but I'll keep that in mind if it's on the way. I'll have to look on the map. Bad cord, your volume keeps cutting out. I can see on my meter here when maybe I go too loud sometimes. From Idaho, you have great videos. I've been married to a Filipino for 45 years. Congratulations. Filipinos are terrific. The food is fantastic. My wife is the best thing that ever happened to me. One day, my friend, one day. Thank you. Watching from Denver. Hello. Listen, are you a diver? You would love it here. You need to come here. There's so many great diving places. Let's see. You guys are jumping in there with all this, the audio and stuff like that. Either way, I know on my end, I can't do much more other than move it back a bit, but I can see on my end, so that's all I can do at this point. Tagaytay, yes, I'm going to be definitely there, 100%. It's like a big part of that southern area, right? So I'm going to explore. I'm going to be going into these towns, and I'm going to explore every single part of it. I want to see what it's like to live there. I want to see how are the people. What's the, like? Do they have, like? Does everything close at 5? Or is there cool stuff still going on? The one thing I did like about living in Boracay was that I could go at 1 o'clock in the morning if I wanted. I could go down to what do you call it? Station 2. And there'd be people out. There'd be things going on. There'd be businesses open. I did love that. Same with Angeles City. I think Makati. Yeah, Makati had that same sort of thing. Anywhere you have BPOs too, by the way. There's always things that are open 24 hours and people hanging out there. So I do like that sort of thing because I'm such a night person. So yeah, that's to me is another thing. Like, if everything closes down at 5, it's probably not going to work for me. Oh, you're putting me on the spot here, Diana, because I actually like a lot of the foods, but it's not even a Filipino food, even though it's everywhere in the Philippines. And oh my gosh, the one with all vegetables. What's that called? Sometimes they put shrimp in it and chicken, but I order it almost everywhere I go. Oh my gosh. And get enough sleep or what? Anyway, so I always order that. I absolutely love chicken in a cell chicken. Okay, just absolutely delicious. I love kari. Yeah, I just don't have a one. That's the thing. I'm trying to like when I go to get the barbecue and all that stuff. Anything has a lot of fats, more fat than meat. It's not really my thing, and it's not. I'm nothing against anybody, certain foods here or whatever for that, but it's just not for me. So a lot of the foods that are mostly fat, like if you see me eating lechon, I'm like not eating the skin like a lot of people love it, and I get it. I'm looking for the part with the most meat, and I just don't really want the fat part. I don't know. I know fat doesn't make you fat. Like, I get it. That's not how it works. Sugar makes you fat. But it just, I prefer meats cuts without any fat. That was a long answer, by the way, for food. Sorry. Let's see. Whoa. We got a new member. Where is he? There he is. Mark, thank you very much for becoming a member. Appreciate it very much. You're awesome. Welcome to the club. Let me go. Grumpy here. Grumpy, good morning. Hopefully not too grumpy. Do you have to donate page that subscribers can contribute to your trip? See, the problem is you have all these people that love to hate on people like us, people like me. They think I should do YouTube for free. I should make videos and do all this. I shouldn't get paid for it. They absolutely hate us for it. Love to make our lives hell. They're like, celebrities should get paid. I'm not saying I'm a celebrity, but I'm saying anything else they see on TV or on thing, they should have an income, but YouTubers should not have an income. Right? Anyway, and so it really bothers them that we make money. And so they love to make my life hell. So if you put links, they call you an e-beggar. If you do anything, if you say, oh, here's my PayPal, if you want, go ahead. All of a sudden, you're an e-beggar. And so, yeah, there's just so many complications with that kind of thing. But anyway, if you contact me, I have email, Facebook, everything. Everything's That Philippines Life at. So That Philippines Life at gmail.com, That Philippines Life on YouTube, Facebook, whatever. Get a hold of me. You can always help me out. I would love it. It would be amazing. But don't want anybody think I'm asking for it. I'm not. I don't need no more titles. I already get enough hate titles as it is. So not asking for anything. So you're awesome. I appreciate it very much, Mark. Thanks for joining as a member. Come back to Dumaguete. We want to meet you. I'm just Andy. So I hear you guys got a little bit of drama going on over there, but not that it doesn't affect me. Look at last time I went to Dumaguete, I didn't run into one other than Shay, which she, we arranged because I met Shay when she came here to Iloilo. But other than that, I walked all over the place. You saw. I didn't see another vlogger. I thought literally I would go there and it'd just be guys on cameras, like not everywhere, but I'd see one over there or see one over there. 3 hours later, see another one. I saw none. Zero YouTube vloggers in Dumaguete. Where are they all? I don't know. Maybe they were in their houses that day. But so I was so shocked. Do locals need any software work? Yeah. Well, I know people, by the way. So if you are a software engineer, you should contact me. I know people. There are some pretty bright people here trying to do some really smart things. That's all I'll say. There's a lot of holes in the industry here that you can look to the West and go, wow, why is this so complicated here? In the West, we already have this that solves all of that. Those things exist here, which is huge opportunities here in the Philippines. I know nowadays you don't really have to be a programmer, but it's important that you know what it's supposed to do and how it's supposed to do it and that kind of thing. I get that AI will write the code for you now, but you still need the basic understanding. So technically AI is only a tool for software engineers. So they're 10 times faster, 100 times faster, whatever. So yeah, if you contact me, yes, I do know. That's all I'm going to say at this point because I have my own ideas too and working with a partnership. So if I get this company, set up and everything, I see the holes too. Chat is everywhere. So is there a guide as to dates in Subic? Do I need to be alert in March? So Chad, I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to make it to Subic. Tell me, Chad, with this 150,000 American soldiers descending back into that area, what's it like there? Is it different than when I went there 6 months ago when, a smaller community, not much going on. I went into the bars and like, I don't want to make fun of anybody, but let's just say, geez, I always try to choose my words here. I didn't find, how, do I even want to say it? I don't know if I want to say it. Not the most, in my opinion, attractive girls in these places. I'm sorry. It's just the way it is. It didn't meet the expectations, if that makes sense. So, yeah, but then if you get 150,000 soldiers back there, I'm sure everything is going to happen again. Yeah. Only getting about half to auto. Sorry, I must have missed something on that one. Energy Boy need many dancer girlfriends and boom, boom, boom. Well, I'm El Fincio off the Facebook. All right. Well, if you contact me, El, or if you have. Oh, El, I know. Sorry. I see that little. You have a different picture here, so I always see that little picture there, and so that's the part I'm remembering, because yeah, we've talked a lot. Where are you, Rob? Tell me where you are. Lodging and internet. If I visit, are you on my way? Wait a minute. You probably told me, but I have too many in here. Remind me again. What part of the Philippines are you in? Batangas is part of the southern Luzon. Yes, it is. Exactly. I love watching you discover some of the smaller towns. I'm sure there are plenty of other members who would love to contribute to the ship. Well, listen, I just appreciate it. And again, I don't want to get destroyed in this whole thing here, but I just appreciate everything. You guys, I'm starting out from new. So, and therefore, when you're supporting me like that, it's cool. But, same token, I'm just amazed people want to watch, all right? That people enjoy any of this. To me, that's already a win, and you're awesome, and I have no expectation of anything else. You're watching. Hopefully you're clicking subscribe, click a like on the video. What more should I ask for? That's pretty amazing. It's pretty darn amazing. And I've had some great people that have helped me along the way, and sometimes I feel bad because I'm so busy and I meet so many people and things are always going crazy and everything. And I hope those that I've met throughout the times we've hung out and all those things, I hope they realize that I'm the type of person that we may not talk for a year, but I think nothing but amazing things of them. And if we ran into each other, we'd be like best friends again. And that, and that's a great thing about so far a lot of the people I've met. They aren't the type of person they're like, well, I wrote you 3 times this morning. Why haven't you responded? That's just not going to work with my lifestyle. So those people that are cool with knowing we're cool, we're good friends, and we can not talk for several months, but we're great friends. Those are the people that are really going to work with somebody like me, and that I'm not going to remember like, hey, how's it going? What you been up to lately? I just don't have time for the small talk type stuff. And it's not because I wouldn't appreciate and talk in person. If I ran into you, we'll do all the small talk. But for that online writing or texting people and everything, it's not how I'm mentally wired, and it doesn't really work in my life. So I hope everybody knows that I appreciate every one of you that I've met here in the Philippines. And we've hung out and we've chatted and everything. Even if you haven't heard from me in a long time, we're still great friends. Trust me, we are. It just makes sense that next time we run into each other, it'll be like we just met. Or not just met, sorry, like we've never not known each other. There you go. Here's a whole bunch of ideas. Snow cone stands. Those kind of exist, to be honest. Normal and alcoholic. There is something. I saw in Beach of Miami. You have all these beach places here, right? If you can find a place with enough tourists, probably like Siargao, to be honest. And they had these places, and they have all these slushy machines with all the different flavors. They're all alcoholic. And you buy these cups that are quite expensive, but then they get like free refills or something like that. I don't know. It's like $30 for the cup, and then you get free refills. And you can put like a day tag on it, so it only works, like it's color coded, only works that day. and that way they can't show up tomorrow with the same cup and just keep refilling it. Anyway, and they just have these slushy machines or whatever, and people won't drink. Not everybody won't drink $30 worth. So it's like such a cool thing to do, and it is a good money making idea, and it's different. People aren't doing different. That's the key to standing out here. Oh, San, you know what? San Miguel is only right here, and yet I don't think I've been there. Interesting. Curious what your budget. So the last time I did the budget, it's technically still that, right? Because I haven't changed my life other than I now split the bills with my ex, right? So split the rent, we split whatever. So the budget technically for two people is the same. It didn't change. It's like $1,200 before prescription medications for whatever, hers and mine, whatever. So it's hard to separate it yet. When I move new, I'll be able to tell people better. But essentially, it's my contribution to that is around half. Is it? Yeah, I guess it's around. It should be. So my budget right now as a solo person, but not solo, because I'm not living solo, still in the same house, right? Is like $700 a month. But that's not anything I do, right? Like that's not all the travel and everything. I'm just trying to give people an idea, like what would it cost you to live here? And yeah, so it's add a couple hundred more. You gotta add food and stuff like that. That's technically in that budget, but not because I'm taking away the travel stuff. I'll give you a better idea once I move and by myself, because you couldn't do it solo, right? Like you couldn't live this life solo. You have to double it then. So if you want to know, it's $1,200 a month. That would be the short answer, but short and long. Okay, fantastic. So it sounds like the internet might be an issue for some people's sound or something like that. How long it'll be? Around 3 weeks. Let's just say around 3 weeks. Oh, there you go. You're going diving out near Batangas. Yeah, I believe you have a lot of great islands there, a lot of, because you need that rocky stuff, right? Because that's where, the corals build up and everything and all the fish. Not the sandy beaches. You go to sandy beaches, there's nothing to see when you're a scuba diver. Where you really need some rocks and coral and things like that. That'd be great. Just joined in. I will hit you up against once we're in Batangas. We will be in Laia. You'll have to join our family and let us feed you. Wow. Okay, Craig. When are you going? Because I'm only going to be Batangas for a short while. Then I can go up to Tagaytay, and then I'm going to go up to Manila, and I've got a whole thing, so I'm not going to be hanging out there for a long period of time. So we'll only have a couple-day window, I think. And then Tagaytay, a couple-day window, so on and so forth. Maybe longer. We'll see. I'm trying not to put out any restrictions on anything I do. So, again, if you write me, I'm going to remember better than a comment. So that would be the best. And realize that I get a huge amount. So if it may take up a couple hours before I get to you. Chicken adobo. Yeah, I love a lot of Philippines foods, but I can't do it with the bones. I'm so used to just putting it in my mouth and eating it. I'm not used to bones being in everything. And so I need boneless. Boneless. I would eat chicken adobo if it was boneless, 100%. Chop suey, thank you very much. Yes, it's not really a Philippines dish, but it's all over the Philippines, so it makes it a Philippines dish. And I love vegetables because, I feel like we don't all get enough of that. I love meat, and I love vegetables. And I love mashed potatoes. Not always found in the Philippines, but, recently. We found some mashed potatoes. That was fantastic. See if you can find any celebs in Luzon. Well, I'm sure I can. I know some, actually. I know some, I guess you would call them celebrities. GMA, TV shows, movies, those kind of things. And they're all very cool people. And they love YouTube vloggers just like everybody else, which is mind-blowing to me. But, yeah. Porto Galera is a short ferry ride across from Batangas. Yeah, we'll see. Like I said, the touristy stuff I'm going to keep till, another day. This is just exploring towns and areas and, good place. So it's true. They're always out there. Fully healed. Good to know. I can wear shoes. I don't even think about it anymore, which is great. Just tuned in with your plans in Luzon. Okay, well, real quick. Going from the bottom. Started from the bottom, now we're here. No, we're going from the bottom, Batangas, all the way up to vegan. Whatever time it takes, wherever I end up stopping and staying, and just kind of, it's going to be an exploration. So I won't have any set rules other than I'm arriving in Batangas and I'm going to end in vegan and then figure a way home. So we'll figure it out as we go. Yeah. Well, exactly. I'm going to fill. There's a lot of ways to fill the holes here in the Philippines. There's actually a lot of opportunities. You just have to think of, okay, when you're here, it's like, oh, I wish they had, and then go, wait a minute. It's very common in the West to have, okay, how do I put that here? And then after that, it's just promotion, right? Promotion, getting people used to it, getting them adopting it and stuff like that. But it's not difficult to come up with these ideas. Listen. I'm not a star, but take all the pictures you want. Eric. Am I going to see you in Eric? I hope I'm going to be seeing you. I think I'm going to be seeing you. So. She says, well, John, hopefully you saw that episode where you can find out if you want, by the way. Maybe you should send me the address and I can go and do your investigative reporting for you. And we'll try. No, I don't want to get shot. I show up there and the husband is actually there and he shoots me in the head so that I can't tell you. Yeah, no, maybe that's a bad idea. Yeah, maybe not. Maybe leave private detectives to private detectives. Freeport Zone. Yeah, so I am with an outsource and so a visitor myself. Locals are wonderful. I try finding hangouts, avoiding the old U.S.-based cliche look to the future. Yeah, but I am still interested, Chad. Like, have you seen a lot of GIs everywhere? Do we still call them GIs? I don't know. Do you see a lot of Navy and Air Force personnel now all of a sudden everywhere? Because you didn't see them, right? Like 6 months ago when I was there, maybe it was longer, 8 months, there were no U.S. military anywhere. So if 150,000 of them are now based there, you got F-16s flying all over the place, you got ships there. Are they now everywhere? It's all called a longboat, something like that. I'm just very interested to know if it had changed much. I've heard of this place. Nicholas. Sergo Sangon. I don't have my phone right here because it goes in the microphone if I did. But I'm on a computer. Help me out. Where is that? So I don't have to look it up. Sergo. I've heard of it. 7th to 10th. So that's when you will be there. Oh, I'll probably be gone by that because I leave tomorrow. It'll be the next day I'll arrive. So that's 27. Yeah, I think I'm going to be gone, Craig. But you never know. Maybe, who knows what happens. We'll see. What do you think? I don't know anything about Pangaloa. I feel like I'm being asked a trick question there. Axel. Axel, brother. How are you? You guys don't know Axel yet, but you're going to know Axel in the next video. The next video that comes out that I told you can't miss because it's going to do this and then it's going to be amazing. You're going to be like, oh my God, things are not going well for him. And it's going to seem depressing and then all of a sudden it's going to change tremendously. Thanks. And Axel's one of the people that helped me out. It's going to be great. You'll see. Let's see. I just want to make sure you do have to go because it's almost 2 hours into this. Listen, when I'm back in Santa Barbara, we're getting together. Sounds like a plan when I'm back. You know, the thing about the Philippines, well, at least here, is everything is San Miguel. They control everything. So all the distribution, you name it. So you have to pay a fortune for imported beers. Go to SNR and get it there, but you're going to pay $3-4 more for a beer. So I have some great beers, but to be honest, I like San Miguel, and I don't drink that often. Now people might think about it. I only drink 1 or 2 beers, and that's it. And then if I'm not, I don't know. I just don't, maybe twice a week. So I just kind of stick to the same egg light. Now, if I go to Bavaria, we have the big, huge monsters. I get their diesel. And if I go up to the British pub up here, I like that Belgian beer. I don't remember the name of it. It's yellow can. It's really good. Yeah, so like I have I am very soon, April 4th to April 11th. I'm going to be joining part of one of the big charities here called Smile Train. They help children. They go and find all the children that have the cleft palates. Because of the shame and everything, the families keep them in the house. They don't get out in public. There's this whole problem, but yet it's fixable. It's just an 80,000 peso surgery. So the charity goes with the military and goes up into remote areas and stuff like that because, it's easier access here in the city to find them, no problem. But the really, really hard to find ones are where there's no roads or real narrow dirt roads. And so I'll be going up with them and going up in the mountains. I'll be in charge of just showing what the charity does and the good they do, and of course the military and them helping out with this and everything, and to help and find these children because they want to eradicate cleft palates by 2024. So I'm going to be a part of this. Has the added benefit that I'm going to go and do all this is that they're going to get me a 1-year visa to be a part of this. So every time they do a trip, I will go and document. That'll be my part of the charity. So it's kind of cool. I'll get a 1-year visa out of it. At the same time, I'm registering a corporation with a Filipino. So, I got a few things, but it's important to never collect money for charity here unless you're a registered charity. A lot of people have learned that lesson. So if I mention Smile Train, it will only be a link to a registered charity, which Smile Train's absolutely enormous. It's a big, I believe it's international. It would only be to their stuff. Never give me money to give to anybody. If you do that, it's illegal. So just keep that in mind. If you want to help somebody else out, then ask me to ask them if they're interested in connecting with you, and I have nothing to do with it. That's it. Are you in contact with the Department of Tourism? Never heard from them. Local, like provincial tourism people and everything. But the main federal one, no. Like we were big enough on the other channel to start getting that kind of stuff. But obviously now I'm pretty small in this channel still, 21,000 subscribers or something. But eventually you get to a certain point and then they will reach out to you, I guess. But no, nothing like that. All the local ones, sure. I know most of them and up to the level of governors, so provincial level. But the federal, national level, no. If you're going to Baguio, I have to recommend you go to Sagada. So you want me to leave Baguio to go to some other place? Because I don't know what that is. Oh, is that the tattoo lake? I don't want any more tattoos, though. I get it. People go up there to do that because it's great for the video. But, I was young. I got these tattoos when I was like 13, 14 years old, So, like forever ago. And then again, I wanted to get, since I already have it, I was like, what if I did this? But then I should go to the gym. Anyway. It's a whole other topic. Yeah, I was going to when I actually have an idea, Eric, I was going to contact you. So, yeah. Yeah, so I'm going to find out. I'm going to go to Tagaytay and Cataclan. Really, we're a fan of Cataclan. I tried to like it. It's like a real small town, though. Like, there's not much going on there, so. Shortcut to Bry. Santa Maria West. I'll have to look into that, Rob. Santa Maria West. All right, I'll look into that. Collaboration, regular guy, becoming Filipino, I've tried forever. But long before I even came to the Philippines, saying, listen, Canadians, it was me and Bianca at the time, would love to just meet with you. Don't have to record it, like in case you thought we were trying to take viewers or something. I always tried that. Like every other big YouTuber, never got a response. And I get it. Like, I'm surprised I answer all the messages I do. So I get how they would be like, nah, not answering messages. And so yeah, and then as for regular guy, yeah, if I run into him or something like that, like I like the guy, I like watching him. He's hilarious, but yeah, I just don't want the reputation. He's a great guy and everything, and it's cool. But he kind of over sexualizing everything and stuff like that, and it works for him. It does. Like I said, I can enjoy it and take the entertainment, but the doors I are open for me wouldn't be there if I did that. So great guy though, funny, most wittiest person I've ever seen on YouTube. No wonder he's so successful, and he was successful before he even came here, literally using Google Maps stuff and just telling stories. Best storyteller I've ever heard. But his wit is incredible. If you're going to be near Tarlac, my ex-army mate owns a fish farm there and 20 hectares. Very cool. I don't know if I'm going to be... You guys are picking out all these names I've never heard of, but I haven't traveled around there. So it's another one I'm going to have to, if I see it on a map. Oh, wait, Tarlac. Which is why I said, like, the comments, keep in mind, you should also contact me if there is something real, and then we'll go from there. Didn't see many EUS in December. Oh, okay. Back in March. Yeah, I think it's only been since January, February, March that they ramped up. I think February, actually. The beginning was February 1st or maybe the end of January, where they flew them all in, and now they're everywhere. So, yeah, I think it's really recent. That huge number is there. I'm in Baguio at the moment. Going to stay a while as chill weather. Fantastic. The fake French in Ukraine, whatever that means. Fantastic. Maybe I'll be there when you're still there. You never know. Geo in the Philippines. I don't know. Maybe. I think I've seen some of his, something like that. Hi, new subscriber here. Thank you very much. Life Journey with Filipino with a Heart. Fantastic. I don't know. I'm just so don't need to be a part of people's drama. If I run into people, nobody blames you, right? If you were like, oh my gosh, look who it is. And just they, kind of, you don't mean to a collab, but you end up collabing. And that way, if that person gets in trouble later on, nobody's going to blame me. But if you plan and you organize and you structure to go and do a vlog together, that they go and do something that embarrasses themselves or whatever, all of a sudden you get dragged down with them. No, thank you. Like, I like the fact that I can stand by on my words, my own actions, my own whatever, and that's my problem, right? Anything I do, say, whatever, falls on me. So you'll hear me say, I'm sorry, I didn't actually mean it as a, somebody takes offense or whatever. I actually do mean, I'm sorry, I don't actually want to offend. I'm not going to make something up. I stand by whatever I did, right or wrong. It's hard to do that when you're collaborating with other vloggers. So if I'm in the same town and I run into them, I have absolutely no problem. Hey, how's it going or whatever, and put them on there. Because A, you won't get blamed for it, and B, how could I? Right? I can't vet you. I don't know anything about you, and you don't go down with their ship or something like that. That kind of thing. All right. Thank you, Rob. And actually, I got to head. I got to go. We're almost at 2 hours on this sort of thing, and I have too much to do today, and I'm going to put out a new video. You guys are going to like this new video. It goes on to the conception. Remember the continue the next day. But things go a whole other way. A whole other way you'll have to see. And, yeah. So make sure you're staying tuned. It'll be the 7 a.m. Philippines time tomorrow morning, which will be Sunday night for most of you. And you're going to love that one. It's not what you're going to think it is. So when you're watching the beginning going, ugh, this is depressing, everything's going wrong for him, don't worry. Yeah. Yeah. So we talked about this. You might probably join in after that what I do is I like to explore. There's nothing wrong with exploring, right? I love it. Absolutely. More than anything. So if I go to an area, I like to just go and just figure it out as I go. Because that's how you find things. That's how you run into people. That's how you run into cool characters and situations and stuff. But if I go through a town, I'm like, ugh, I am finding nothing, and this is depressing. I immediately go to the DOT, the Department of Tourism area of that town, and I go in there and I try to get something out of it. They will then help me. But often the fun part, when you go to, so when I say you're going to help you, they're going to show you the top restaurant, the top this, the top that, the top this. Okay? They're going to show you this. It's not telling you everything about town, but sometimes there's nothing in that town, and then you go to there and you will find the top stuff. Or other times, I just want to see what life is like and meet regular people and not just go to the number one restaurant, the number one hotel, the number one waterfall. You see what I mean? So it depends. So I give the place a chance at exploring first. Then if I hit a wall, I go straight over to the tourism people, go to the municipal hall, whatever, and I figure it out from there. New subscriber here. Hey, Dina, thank you. Are you going to be in Rojas City during the Holy Week before the Capucin and this year? Everything is going to be... Right now, I can't answer anything. Put it that way. So I will be there for Capucin. I will be there more times than that beforehand because it's still on my list to move there. So I just can now more seriously look for a place. So it's still there. So for now, Dina, that's my answer. It's coming, and I just don't know 100%. Holy Week, I believe, is March 31 this year. Right around that. Right around that day. So I think so, but can't say for sure. We'll see. Very good thing. I'd hate to hear you say Remedies. You almost said me saying it. There you go. But yeah, no, it's like I said, I can appreciate he has an amazing personality for wit, comedy, humor, and everything. And 100%, I'm going to enjoy the entertainment of it. For sure. Okay, so guys, I want to thank you very much for joining. We still got almost 100 of you in here. I appreciate that very much. And for those that become members, those that are subscribed, and of course, those that did the super chats, so amazing. I got some editing to do. I'm going out with Mark and Steven, maybe if they want a guy with a sort of a head cold going on around them. And then I'm going to go tomorrow. Tomorrow we start this whole journey, bottom to top of Luzon. Don't forget, link in the description. It's to my Facebook and email or whatever. If there's anything going on that you want me to tell me about, no promises I'll make everything, but I will try. So I appreciate you all very much, guys. Very, 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 very much. And thank you for all joining in. This is really cool. I hope you enjoy the videos coming forward. I hope so. All right. I'm trying to give it the 40 seconds of goodbye because there's a time delay and it'll cut me off if I don't drag this out for 40 seconds. Anyway, make sure you click a like. I know you've subscribed. You can't be in the comments unless you're subscribed. I do that on purpose just to keep the trolls from, making their life a little more difficult. And anyway, so if you click like on this, I would appreciate it very much. And I hope you guys will be around very, very long time, and we'll see you around soon. Drink my coffee.